Hello everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome to another episode of What You Doing. Nathan actually pulled a fast one on me this time round. I was a bit stuck on what to do, and so he suggested a building project on Space Engineers. The idea being a modular colony ship. I only got partway through and then he sprang the question on me just to see what I'm doing, so yeah. He got me good and proper this time. I've only got 4 parts completed at the moment, so yeah, I'm just going to show you what I've got. Then I'll see if I can put something together really quickly out of these for you. Okay, to start off, this is a base plate. You can probably tell because of all the merger blocks in it. It's intended that there'll be some of these on the side of the colony ship. They come apart, land, and they will become the base for the Colonios city that will be built. They'll be attached to the ship, most likely on these back ones, and probably by those, which I'll show you in a second. But they're also designed to be attached to each other as well, so they've got connections on the sides, which will again either be by those or just directly to each other. Doesn't really matter. Where is it? There is, well, most of the side thrust is internal in this, but there is a control room. Here we are. Because something that this particular design needs is to be self-mobile on all of its parts. So as you can see, this thing is actually whoops, there we go. This thing is mobile by itself. It's not perfect, it's damaging itself, it looks like. It shouldn't be doing that. What did it hit? What did it hit? Well, that's strange. Okay, hang on. Right, sorry about that. It seems there's still a few bugs to work out with the base plate. But yeah, the Colonios base plate, these parts, is intended to connect everything together, so a flaw in that is pretty serious. I'm still not sure why they broke to pieces like that. It was this section that broke up, wasn't it? Yeah, there's nothing there for it to hit. Why was it breaking? This is plenty of room for these engines. Must be because I'm recording, but really that is enough blast space for those engines not to cause any damage. Anyway, moving on. Yes. This is the connection piece. Intended to connect those base plates to the ship, or to connect other parts. Again, it's got all direction thrust, it's got connectors running through, so I can connect to either end, and it's got a nice glass walkway on top, which I rather like. I'll just copy one this time so I can show you it moving. The idea is get down here and you can just walk across it like it's a bridge. Oh, it's got this control station here. Now then, reversal sign, forward thrust is fine. The internalised ones here is not actually damaging anything, so I'm still at a loss as to why the base plate did that. But yeah, this thing turns pretty fast because it's very light for the number of gyros it's got. Flies around, does corkscrews. Yeah, it's the lightest of all the parts by far, so I'll just leave that there. Next part. This is the only big structure piece I've done, and this is actually a cargo storage pod, as it's intended to be. It connects on the base plate on one of those bigger connection points because it needs a connector to connect it into the entire system. But yeah, let's see. I decided to go with this plated glass building style of approach for it because I wanted it to be covered. I didn't want all the equipment exposed like it would be if this was an ordinary vessel. And I also built a tangle of conveyors inside as well, just so it looks nice, and as you can see it's got all the little lights showing through the sides as well, which I rather like. Up at the top, what's a building without an antenna? So I built an antenna on it, and on the side, to go with the whole structure appearance, it's actually got a really long ladder from the bottom all the way to this little bit at the top where the actual control room of this design is. I'll copy this one as well so I can show it to you. Yep. Now then, this one has also got full engines, full gyros, internal power. And it's, of all the pieces so far, it actually looks most like a ship. But yeah, you can see in the sides there, the engine's running. It's very slow, because it does lack power compared to its weight. But it is really designed as a building. It would be carried by the main colony ship. There we go. Weighs nearly 1,000 tons, this thing. It's got plenty of power. Turns okay. It's got 4 thrusters around the centre, and it has... wow, it has 31 large containers built into it. I didn't think it was that much. Well, that means it can hold quite a lot of cargo for whatever purpose the colony it's attached to might deem necessary. And now, lastly, the only piece Nathan has no idea actually exists until he sees this video. As soon as I get out. Thank you. Right. Lastly is a solar power tower. Lastly is this solar tower solar power tower kind of thing. It's built to connect to the smaller plugs, so it's only got 4. It doesn't need a connection for a connector to transfer stuff. It's got a small reactor in the base, yes, but that's only to give it manoeuvring power. When it's getting in position, then it can just be emptied and it wouldn't be used. Again, going with the whole tower structure theme, it's got ladders up the side to a central control pod near all the thrusters and the gyros. But the interesting feature of this design is, see, small gap. This thing is actually fully equipped with rotors. It can twist the entire tower around to get to facing the sun. Then up here, the solar panel array is built to twist at the top, so you can angle it to get maximum exposure to sunlight, which I think is rather nice. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording here and I will very quickly put together some kind of building thing. I'll put these things together just to see what I can come up with these basic 4 parts. So yeah, I will see you shortly. And welcome back. During the break I took these 4 parts, made a couple of modifications to them. The base plate's lost its internal engines now, so it's safe. The control tower's had... the solar tower has had this extra control point put on the base of it for easier control while landing it. And the same has been done to the cargo pod. And I have used these 4 basic parts to build this thing. Yes. As you can see, the basic plates are connected by the walkways in most cases, or directly at the back there. I've put a couple of cargo pods onto this. They're actually slightly too big to mount 4 of them on a single spot, as I've found, but 2 of them side by side like that, no problem. Or you can put one to the side and have space for other things like the solar panels. Or put one in the middle and you can still mount small things around the edges. It's quite nice. This solar tower here is actually connected to one of the big plugs, not one of the smaller ones it was originally designed for. I found that it can connect to this spot, which is actually rather nice. As you can see, it just means one of them hasn't engaged and it's on the connector, while the others are all on the original 4 merging blocks as it was intended. That dent there is a sign of me learning something else, that when positioning heavy structures like this for merging, it's actually best to do it approaching with your merger blocks off, get into position, and then merge once it's in place, and you'll usually avoid damage as it comes on. These 2 towers at the front, they are just turned towards the sun up there and angled to catch the sunlight, but the 2 that are further back, they have actually been spun 180 degrees further, and the panels can go around 180 from that initial position there. So that's how they've been angled. That's why they've been reversed like that. So yeah, just with these 4 parts I've built what could quite easily be a cargo storage and transfer facility. If only it had a point for ships to dock on. That's the only thing it's missing now, a docking pad. So a ship can come, unload cargo into these cavernous storage silos, and then other ships can come and pick them up and take them to where they need to go. It also needs gravity as well. I should probably add gravity generators to the base plates, but that will increase its power consumption by quite a bit. But that would be nice, because it would let you just walk around through the city, well, the colony as it is, and what a nice view of the city today. Yep. Doesn't matter that I need a spacesuit. Oh no. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. Building the parts needed to build this thing. Oh yeah, something else I forgot to mention. The mergers used to link all these together into a single object, but then you need to lock the connectors in place so that it will actually unite the conveyor system. Because that is the thing, and they'll act like a merged block as well, they'll hold it together. So that's just a little bit of extra durability to it. Yes, this thing can fly. It's still a big ship, it's still got lots of engines and gyros, but to be honest I'd rather not, because I'm not sure what would happen if I took this thing for a joyride. It probably, at the very least, some of the storage silos would get burned by thrusters on the solar towers. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you some other time.